Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a different video. Um, I'm playing in real time while also talking. I'm not doing like a voiceover or, there's not going to be a lot of editing either. Like, this is just kind of a rambly video. Um, so why are we on Yakuza for Remastered right now? Why am I playing Yakuza? There's a pretty good reason for that. I'm, typically playing like racing games or just other random games. But I wanted to talk about this because it involves Yakuza, which is one of my favorite game series, just in general. It's one of my favorite video game series. I've always enjoyed these games. I haven't played through all of them, but I played through a pretty good chunk of them, and I've enjoyed quite a bit of them. Um, but it seems like Sega, for whatever reason, has been doing just really odd things with the series lately. Um, and in particular, right now, the most recent thing that just got announced, I think either today or that's when I figured out about it. Maybe like, maybe they got maybe a little early. Sorry, maybe the news out. Maybe the news got out a little bit earlier to other people or whatever, but this is when I was first hearing it. And that's that Yakuza 0 is getting delisted from all platforms. Now, why are they doing this? Well, if you don't know, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut came out on Switch 2 earlier this year. And basically what it is it's like a remaster. It's not a remake. It's more along the lines of like the Dead Rising Deluxe remaster, where the graphics and textures are a little bit better, and the there's some extra content. However, I guess that might be a little bit of a bad example because Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster has way more content. But I digress. Anyways, so basically what they're doing is they're taking off the original off all platforms. Now, when I say all platforms, I mean all platforms. So Steam, it's gone. You if you have the original, you can upgrade to the new game for a cheaper price. But if you don't have the original by December 8th, it's gone and you can't buy it. You have to buy the director's cut for $50, I think. And if you're still on last gen hardware and you're playing like the PS4 and you don't have a physical copy, the PS4 version will also be gone. And it's not like the PS5 where you'll have an option to play the director's cut version. You just won't have access to the digital format for that game. You have to go track down a physical copy now if you want to go play that game. And it's stupid. It's ridiculous to delist it for a platform that's already old. Like the PS4 is over 10 years old. Yakuza 0 is 10 years old because it came out in 2015. So delisting it, a game that's already that old on that platform, and just giving people that are still using that platform, like, just taking away their access, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what are you thinking? Because now you're running into people are going to play the game for the first time, or people are not going to get to experience the game for the first time until they upgrade their hardware or they play on PC or whatever. And then you run into issues like me. Like, I had a physical copy of the game that I had borrowed from a friend. Well, I don't have that physical copy anymore. And now I have to, like, basically buckle up and buy the original version as soon as I can, before December 8th, in order to play that original version of the game. Otherwise, I gotta spend $50, because the game's on sale right now for $10.99. So I have to basically pay over 4 times the price for the same game that all it is it's a texture upscale. It's a texture upscale with a new multiplayer mode, some support for languages I don't speak, and some new songs that we didn't have before. So now I have to, like, buck up and spend the $10 right now to buy that game, or I just won't have access to it anymore. Because I'm not paying $50 for a game that is 10 years old. I'm just not doing it. Like, it's not like the game needed that much of an upgrade to begin with. Because, really, like, if you look at any of the Yakuza remasters, they look about as good as Yakuza 0 does. So, like, I don't know, like, also, the game space is over 2 times that. So it really doesn't make any sense. Because now the game is 3 times the size. It's going to run worse because they're going to put de novo on it. That's just what they're going to do. It's a new release, so they're going to put de novo on it. And because of the upscale textures and de novo anti-DRM or DRM, it's going to make the game run worse. And my only other option is to buy the original before it's delisted in, what, like a week and a half? And I don't know, maybe I don't have the extra $10. Maybe I want to go spend the extra $10 on something else. I'm like, why am I suddenly forced to buy a game or buy the most expensive version of it? Like, maybe I don't want to play the director's cut. Like, I can't say I'm not at least a little bit interested, but I don't want to pay $50 to play a game that I've already played before. So my only other option is spend the $12 or so to get the original version now. And, like, I don't know. It's just ridiculous. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. Because now you're essentially price gouging new fans out of the series. It may sound dumb. Some people will be like, "Oh, you don't got $50?" Well, let's be for real here. You wanted to get into a new series, right? Say like Halo. You're like, all right, I want to play Halo. Well, what's the easiest way to play Halo? It's the Master Chief Collection. Okay, well, how much does the Master Chief Collection cost? It's usually like $40, $50. And that's for how many games? That's for Halo 1, Halo 2, anniversary for both Halo 1 and Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo Reach, and Halo 4. That's 6 games. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut is 1 game. It's one very good game. It has a lot of content, but that's 1 game. And the only stuff that they've added to differentiate it from the original version are the extra cutscenes, the support for new languages, and the couple extra karaoke songs. And to me, that does not justify spending $50 on it. It just doesn't. So now I have to suck it up, buy the original, or not buy the original, it gets delisted, and then I have to go track down a physical copy of the PS4 version. Which, because it's been delisted, that's probably going to skyrocket in price to the point to where it's probably going to be just as expensive, if not more expensive, than just buying the director's cut. So, yeah, no, it's dumb. Makes no sense. You're essentially eating out of your own hands. Like, I don't... It just doesn't make any sense to me. And, I don't know. I'm just kind of disappointed. I don't know how Sega can look at what Capcom has done with their Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster and then go, okay, we're going to do that, but significantly worse in every possible way. Because let's look at the Deluxe Remaster for Dead Rising, right? It adds, you know, it's a remaster of the game. It looks nice, it runs nice, it plays nice with modern hardware. But they did not delist the original version of the original game. They just did it. You can still go pay the $10 for that game if you want to experience the original game. Which, by the way, is already a port of the original game from 2006. It's a 2016 port that they put on modern platforms. So, you can either spend the 40, 50-ish bucks to go buy the Deluxe Remaster that has a bunch of stuff in it. Or if you're like, hey, I just want to experience the game in its original form and kind of evolve as the series goes along. Like, I want to play the original version of Dead Rising, and then I want to play Dead Rising 2 and all of expansions, and I want to play Dead Rising 2 off the record, and then I want to go 3, and then I want to play 4, and then I want to play the Deluxe Remaster, so I know where the series started and where it's ended. They didn't just go, hey, now you can no longer see the origins of the series. You just have to go track down a physical copy for the 360. Even if you, like, if you even have a 360 at this point, which, I mean, I think you should still, but that's neither here nor there. So, yeah, no, that's essentially what this is. It would be like if Capcom said, alright, cool, we're delisting the original because the Deluxe Remaster is a total replacement for the original. It's better in every way. If you are interested in like game history, retro gaming, and you want to start out small with a cheaper option that lets you get into the series as quick as possible so that you can spend all of your, you know, your time playing through the other games, and then if you want to buy the Deluxe Remaster if you enjoy the other games afterwards. No, it's, you want to get into the series? Spend $50. You want to get, like, you want to play the original version? Track down a physical copy. And that's just dumb. It makes no sense. You're gatekeeping people out of your series, because if you're on PC, like I am, PC setups have wildly different hardware, and they have wildly different system requirements and storage spaces and all that. That's why optimizing PC games is hard. So if you already have a solid, decently enough optimized version of Yakuza 0 that runs well on old hardware and new hardware, then why not just keep it up? Because then you have people that can come with older hardware and play the original version of that game. And then if they're curious, they can buy the director's cut. But they don't have to. And then if you turn them into a fan, then they're going to go buy all of your other remakes and remasters and play them and experience all of those games up until they get to the most recent one. Like, it just makes sense. You give them an ease of entry, and then they go in, and if they didn't like it, they're like, okay, well, it was only $10. But if they do like it, it's like, okay, cool. Like, it was really easy. I spent $10 on this. How much is the remaster? Oh, the remaster of 3 is $20. Oh, the remake the remake of 1 is only $20. Oh, look at that. The remake of, what's it called? The remake of 2 is like $30. And then you end up spending roughly the same amount of money getting more games and being able to experience those games in a closer time frame to each other for the same amount of money that the director's cut is. So, like, as a consumer, what are you really thinking to yourself? You're thinking, okay, I'm just going to play the original because it's cheaper, and then I'll go back and play the director's cut if I want to. But now that that's no longer an option, you are gate-kept out of it if, A, your hardware's not good enough, or B, you don't want to spend $50 on a game that's 10 years old. You know? Like, it's, I don't know. It's so weird with Sega and their remasters. They've always kind of treated them poorly. Like, I think the Sonic Origins collections was a pretty big example of them treating remakes and remasters very poorly. And sometimes they knock it out of the park. Like, I think Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 are both great. I think Kiwami 3 is probably going to be pretty good. I liked, what's it called? I think Sonic Shadow Generations is good too. So, like, I just am really perplexed and kind of disappointed. I don't know. I know this is a little bit rambly, but, like, it's just, it involves one of my favorite video game series of all time, and so it kind of hits a little close to home, and I'm kind of fucking annoyed about it. So, you know, it's whatever. I guess I'm gonna have to pick up the original. Fuck me, I guess. You know, I don't really have any other option. Unless I want to go play the a physical copy. Maybe I can see if I can track down that physical copy again. I think one of my other friends has it. But, yeah, that's basically what I'm going to have to do. Alright. I see you, Sega. I wish I wasn't seeing you. I wish you were doing something less annoying and obnoxious, but whatever.